Welcome, my esteemed Disney Plus reviewers. I have gathered you here because I have some bad news. This may shock you, but one of us is a werewolf. One of the three of us. I don't know which one, but one of the three of us is a werewolf. Now we're going to have to spend the rest of this review trying to figure out who, because it's clearly not obvious who the werewolf is. But we're going to figure it out. I am suspect immediately of Jack because he has long hair and an axe. I didn't say bring weapons. Cher, I trust you implicitly. You are clearly not the werewolf. And I'm biased. Let's kill Jack.
Woo!
Come at me.
Werewolf by night, everybody!
Oh!
Hello and welcome to what was supposed to be the Halloween episode and then life got in the way. I am joined by Jack and Cher. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to talk about what I believe to be one of the... I don't want to say one of the best things in the MCU, but probably one of my favorites. I'll give it that one. Jack, you kind of looked at me as if you've got a dissenting opinion.
No, I agree. It's good.
Jack, we're already gonna kill you. You might as well speak your mind.
Sure.
Oh.
Oh, Cher's not actually a werewolf?
Huh.
Are there no werewolves?
I guess we're setting the call then.
Yeah, I guess we're done. All right, we did it.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
We did it. We defeated lycanthropy. Oh, now you're just a different... You kind of look like a very hairy man now.
Yeah. I think it's the mustache.
Am I a pretty hairy man?
No. Not even a little. But
Don't worry. I blame my dad's genetics.
I blame him too. What just happened?
This was so horrifying, the camera couldn't take it.
Lord. All right, so Werewolf by Night. What did you guys think about this one? Because I know we talked about the trailer in a past video, and we were all kind of intrigued.
I think my expectation... I expected this to be very different from what it was. I was expecting more of a... to embrace more of the sort of hammer horror aesthetic and vibe and themes and stuff. I know from the trailer it was like, oh, someone among us is a monster, everything like that. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So almost like a whodunit, but you know, we his name's Jack Russell. We know he's the werewolf.
Oh, so it is you.
I didn't think that.
It would be kind of cool if you took somebody who, like, didn't watch the trailer and knew something and then said, one of these people is a werewolf, try to figure out which one. I guess it would be neat to see if they could figure it out, but, like, you know, Jack's the main character, so I feel like there's a certain point where you know.
Yeah.
Well, the quote, Nightmare Before Christmas, something's up with Jack, something's up with Jack.
I will fight you.
I think ultimately, I really enjoyed it. I think it is one of the best things in the MCU. One of the best things in Phase 4, certainly.
I would definitely agree with that. I just think it's one of my favorites. I haven't put it on my list yet. I haven't put She-Hulk on there yet either because, spoiler alert, my list is now over 40 installments long. And whenever I add one thing, I have to go through and change all the numbers. So it's kind of a taxing task, but I do think it's going to be pretty high when I add it. I guess, if I had to give a critique or a bad thing about this before we dig into the plot a little, it's kind of simple. Doesn't have a ton going on. The story's pretty direct. We're in a place where people are hunting monsters and the main character wants to save the monster. Pretty simple. Pretty easy story. But I think it makes up for it with just... I did kind of love all the cool shots in this, like the shadow effects they were doing. They definitely upped the gore. They didn't up it a ton, but they upped it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was having a ball watching this, and at the end, when it goes into color and you get to see that CGI man thing in all its glory, I don't know. I adore this special. I think it was perfect for a Halloweeny little treat this year.
Yep. That was nice.
But if we are to give a more critical review, let's dig into the plot a little bit. And we have the best shovel possibly for digging up both corpses and plots. Jack's notes.
Woo!
You do not have any notes on this one?
No.
Oh, we're fucked.
Wait!
We're going in without notes. Okay.
It's Halloween. It's meant to be scary.
Wait. I got something.
Cher has notes.
Kind of.
Do you want to start with your notes then, Cher? What's your first note? Let's read it.
If you can call it a note, I mean,
Great start. Let's go.
mine is pretty chaotic.
Don't worry. It's just the foundation which we are going to run
it's
this
prompts.
episode on. No pressure.
Plus, I'm going off of this by memory because I only watched the special once, and it was last Friday.
It's been a little bit for me, but I've watched it like 4 times. Like, I've been showing it to people, so like I think I know it well enough to review it.
All I remember was the very beginning kind of looked like your standard classic horror movie opening, like Frankenstein and Dracula and all those other Universal monsters.
Yeah, the sort of storybook opening is, again, just off the top of my head. Don't think we've had an MCU film start like that. You know, you think of like, oh, yeah, the Jungle Book and everything starts with the opening of the book, Shrek, stuff like that. It's like, oh, you start with all these drawings and everything. And it's as if it's from the journal from Gravity Falls or something, of all these different monsters and artifacts. Yeah, just cool visuals, a bit of backstory. Yeah, I like the opening. Yeah.
It's a plot device we've seen before, but my god, if it's not effective, especially when they're trying to like harken back to like older style of filming things. There are a bunch of references in there. Like, I know some of the art in there is a direct reference to Gore the God Butcherer. There are some familiar monsters in there. I just loved seeing the Avengers drawn in that style, and they're like, Earth's heroes, but now we're gonna go and do this side thing for Halloween. Take a look, it's pretty cool. It's low stakes, but it's pretty cool.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
I do wonder how many monsters now exist in the MCU, because confirmed we have werewolves, swamp creatures, I'm counting Swamp Thing as that,
Fires.
vampires, and you know, whatever the fuck those things hanging out with Wanda in Multiverse of Madness were. Demons, maybe?
Oh, yeah,
Demons.
yeah.
We had a few demons. We had demons in She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a couple demons.
Yeah,
We
Jake.
got that goat. Jake the goat.
We got zombies, kind of. Zombie Doctor Strange.
Oh
We got
yeah,
the
zombies.
Souls of the Damned.
Do we get
Yeah.
it?
We had a
Zombies.
spooky, scary skeleton with Iron Man.
Oh, did he shiver down your spine?
Yes. We're so sorry, skeleton. Sorry, I love that fucking song. How did you guys feel about the little intro before the Marvel intro for the Marvel special thing?
I liked it. I liked the wee fanfare, the colors and everything. Reminded me a wee bit of sort of the Bifrost. Again, apparently it's a reference to some TV bumper that I've never seen. But no, I liked it. And the minute I saw it, I'm like, okay, cool. So the Guardians Christmas special is going to have this as well, and all the sort of mini things. And then, yeah, since Werewolf by Night came out, we've had the trailer for Guardians now. It's like, yeah, it's going to have that bumper.
I like it,
Cute.
but I have to admit, there is a part of me that's getting a little tired of intros. Maybe it's because of Cassian is the reason I'm tired of this, the Andor show that's out right now. Because I don't know if anyone else out there, I know the viewing on Andor is surprisingly small. But Andor starts with a recap of the previous episode, then it goes into the Star Wars intro, then it goes into the show's actual intro. You have like 3 steps before you can watch the damn episode. And I got that a little bit with this too, but they kind of made up for it by decorating the typical MCU one with like horror screams and black and white, and had some fun with it.
Blood.
What I'm saying is, Disney Plus, stop making it like 20 minutes for me to watch an episode of Andor.
Have we not learned our lesson with that? Remember the last time we had to wait 20 minutes for a movie with Coco?
Yeah, people did not like that shit with Olaf.
No, I agree with Andor. I skipped the recap. I still watched the Star Wars intro and the Andor intro.
The thing that's annoying about it is it lets you skip the recap, it lets you skip the Star Wars intro, and then you can't skip the Andor intro.
You can.
Can you?
Yeah. Or brings up the prompt on my end anyway.
It hasn't been letting me. Maybe this is just a Neil issue. I don't know.
It might be because I'm not also skipping the Star Wars one. You might only get one chance to use it.
You only get one skip.
Yeah. One skip per episode.
Oh my god. But yeah, the plot starts and, Jack is snucken into this band of monsters. I gotta be real, I think some of these guys might be from the comics. I didn't recognize any of them. So if they are...
Not the only person.
Well, they were cool. There was the guy with the axe. There was the lady who has a pretty iconic scene later. There's the dude... I'm just going to be real. They're all dead. These are our victims of the episode.
Yeah.
Honestly, I felt like... Maybe it's just me. I felt like I was in Hunger Games again.
It was slightly Hunger Games-y, specifically with how they were going around a maze and trying to kill each other.
Yeah, because they said every hunter for themselves, and I'm like, oh god, is this Hunger Games? Oh.
The one character I know for a fact is from the comics is Elsa.
Wait.
No, Cher, I know what we're gonna do here. No.
Wait. Elsa?
Don't do this to me.
Jack? Elsa and Jack?
Cher?
Elsa and Jack?
You need to move past this, man.
Oh my god, it's Jelsa! It's the rise of the brave tingle frozen dragons, it's Jelsa!
They aren't together. Jack is in love with Ted.
Jelsa! It's Jelsa!
No, it's Tack. Or Jed.
Jelsa! Jelsa!
Alright, moving on. Elsa is from the comics. I know her because I played Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. And she has a really kick-ass scene where she is literally in hell, or the Dark Dimension. I can't remember. The Dark Dimension is basically hell. She's somewhere with monsters, and she has a big-ass shotgun. That is my introduction to Elsa.
Nice.
Oh, so she was basically into the unknown.
Well, basically, I will hurt you. She is a monster hunter, is kind of the dealio. Which is why I think this is actually a bit of a different take on her, because, to my knowledge, she has no problem killing bitches.
Oh, is that why whenever she sees a monster or whatever coming out, she says, show yourself?
Well, I think she's prepared to kill them, but, clearly she has, a more peaceful aspect to her. Like, her stepmom or her mother-in-law or whatever the fuck is happening with her and that lady. They do not seem to get along, so clearly she's done something to disgrace herself from the monster people.
She is not one of us.
I mean, she's one of us. She's cool. She's gonna join the Avengers probably one day, or Blade or something.
Yeah, probably she has a lot of deception and disgrace and evil on her face. Yeah.
You see, I haven't seen Frozen 2, so if that's a reference to Frozen 2, I don't even know it.
That's actually a reference to Lion King, but okay.
Oh, is that Lion King 2?
Mm-hmm.
Deception. Disgrace.
Jack, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm just letting this pass. I'm gonna wait till you're done. Get it all out your system.
Do you have anything to add, though, Jack?
Yeah, I didn't know any of these characters before going in. I knew that Werewolf by Night's name was Jack Russell. I'm like, oh, it's a dog. Oh.
Aw, it's so stupid. I love
Yeah,
it.
that's fun. That's fun and campy. That, like, again, stuff like that I really liked in this. Elsa Bloodstone and Ulysses, again, I know now after the fact, having seen it, that they're both comic characters. When you said Elsa being a monster hunter, I'm like, I just quickly checked on my phone. And she first appeared in the comics in 2001. So I'm very curious if there's much of a Buffy inspiration for her character.
If Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is anything to go on, I would say probably a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like our main cast. The cannon fodder had fun designs. We got a Scotsman in there. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Makes you feel right at home, huh?
Yeah.
He dies later.
But I'm getting some representation, it's important.
Yeah, and when he gets incinerated, did you like that representation as well?
Yeah. The VFX weren't bad. They were alright, but they weren't bad.
I, as a swamp person, very much loved the representation of Ted in this. I thought he was great.
I didn't realize that was his name. His name is Ted.
His name is actually Ted in the comics and everything. His name is like Ted Silas or something. Comic book pronunciation.
The only Ted that I know is Ted Lasso and that teddy bear Ted.
I knew a guy named Ted. I'm not sure what happened to him. Maybe he became a swamp creature. Who knows?
Teddy Roosevelt in Night at the Museum. That's about it.
R.I.P. Robin Williams.
There is one more comic book Easter egg I was able to identify, and this is probably the last one. And I've actually not heard anybody talk about this, so I feel like I might be the only one who noticed this. But one of the heads on the wall is definitely Hulk villain and kind of Avengers villain, more of. It's a character called Wendigo. It's specifically this Bigfoot-looking creature with, like, white fur, and I can't remember if its face was blue. It was black and white, Neil. Come on. But, yeah, there was a creature who looked suspiciously like Wendigo from Marvel Comics. But with that, the plot starts. We get all these monsters together, these monster hunters together, and the lady's like, yo, bitches, I'm crazy, and look at this corpse of my husband, who kind of looks like Jesus as an animatronic.
Now, I actually thought it reminded me of the Crypt Keeper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, me too, but also
That's the direction
Jesus.
I was going, not Jesus.
You can't look at that and tell me it doesn't look like a zombie Jesus. Robot zombie Jesus.
I'm fairly confident in saying it doesn't.
Didn't Robot Chicken do an episode something like that?
Oh, most definitely.
I'm sure they did something close. But then she's like, yes, I'm crazy, and we put the rock, the bloodstone, on this guy. His name is Ted. Go kill him. And, yeah, that's it. Have fun. Make sure you kill Elsa while you're in there, and, be good sports about it. Have a good time. Happy Halloween. Fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about her performance?
Nobody volunteers tribute, right?
Well, her performance was great because, like, she was really over the top and hammy and funny, and I don't think they ever say her character's name, but she is one of the more memorable villains for me.
Yeah.
I thought it was like Barusa, and it reminded me of like Baruka from like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, so that's how I remember it. So I'm like, okay, she's either going to like she's a bad egg or a bad nut. Either way, she's going to die.
Yeah, I think it's Barusa with a B at the start. Yeah.
No.
Bad nut and bad egg are much kinder terms than I would use. I would probably say crazy lady.
Yeah. No, her performance is
Yeah.
great, over the top,
Very psychotic.
good fun. Fit the atmosphere for the story.
Now, I actually did put in my so-called notes. We're gonna use air quotations for that because
Shares scribbles.
Share scribbles.
yeah, I actually gave up wearing those werewolf masks because I felt my face like melting off of me and I wanted to keep my beautiful face. So
Well, now you're red. You're dressed as the Bloodstone.
yes. Speaking of Bloodstone, I actually did like how everything is black and white, for majority of it except for the Bloodstone.
Mm.
And I like for some reason I like symbolisms. I like seeing symbolisms. So what did I say here? I said everything is black and white except for the Bloodstone. It's red, and sometimes I think there's a symbolism. Like red is a very, very bold color. It's also a primary color for those of you guys who didn't know. I mean, obviously you guys should probably know. It's like elementary school. Come on. Anyways, but red usually represents anger and courage, aggressiveness, blood, which I wish we had more redness with the blood. Since if you're gonna be gory, I need to see more red blood. Even though I'm not a gore person, but
I think that's how they got away with a lot of the gore in this, though. The fact that it wasn't red.
Yeah.
I kind of would have liked to see some more red, but that's just my opinion.
I feel ya, but like, when you put a sword in somebody's head, I'm okay. That's enough for me.
It's enough for me. I think I wouldn't have wanted more blood from the violence in the scenes, but I think it could have been a bit funny and a bit more of a juxtaposition in the scene when the color does come to the world if you just saw the red splattered everywhere.
It would be funny specifically in that one scene when the blood gets on the camera.
Yeah.
If it was just crimson red.
Mm-hmm.
Also revenge, desire, wrath, confidence. That's what red usually represents. So it's kind of nice to see some of those adjectives that I just described right there being used in this special. Yeah.
I mean, I did like, just from a visual perspective, because I've seen black and white films before. It's just gnarly to throw one color in there. I think it adds to it, because every scene we see that damn stone, it just pops, and every time you see that little bit of red, it sticks out. It was a very smart move by Michael Giacchino.
I think. So on the one hand, I'm in the mindset of, okay, but it'd have been cool if the whole thing was just black and white. But then also, when it's on Ted, he is such an intricate character that you would not be able to see it if it was black and white.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, as the one thing with color in it, yeah, it's fine. I don't mind it, but I don't love it. I am neutral towards the Bloodstone.
That is fair. I thought it was a creative choice that set it apart from the other monster shows, but I get it. There is part of me that wishes they would have just had a color option and a black and white option. But that does kind of ruin the ending if you do that.
Yeah, no, I think having it all black and white and everything. My thought is just this is, we had it earlier this year. We had WandaVision and then bright red helicopter. Whoa, we've done it already. We're retreading now.
I thought WandaVision came out last year.
Did it?
Did it?
Yeah.
No, wait, it did. My bad.
Wait,
never mind.
did it? What?
Yeah.
Phase 4 has lasted a while.
Phase 4 has been around for a while now.
Yeah, there was a pandemic at the start. Yeah, never mind.
Here's the thing. I liked Phase 4. I think there were a lot of gems in Phase 4. I am not upset that it ends after Black Panther 2, though. But yeah, so they're told they got to kill this monster, and they They go outside to pick out names, and the lady's like, "Okay, pick out names. See who's gonna get to kill the monster first. Oh, cool, it's Jack. Follow this man with a flaming tuba, and go into the maze and kill the monster." But the plot twist is he's not there to kill the monster. The monster is his buddy, and they call him Ted. And all of my friends think Ted is now the cutest MCU character. I adore Swamp Thing. His origin story is the weirdest shit in the world, to the point where even to this day I don't really understand it. But hopefully they'll streamline that, and I'm just glad he's here because I love swamp monsters. Well, you gotta love that weird tentacle face he's got going on, you know?
Oh, yeah, no. He's fantastic.
He's adorable.
I didn't know that Swamp Thing and Man Thing are two different characters. One's Marvel, one's DC. So it's like, oh, it's Man Thing. But then like, after the fact, it's like, oh, no, that's an entirely different big green character who was created by the exact same person. Okay.
I may have been saying Swamp Thing this entire time by accident, but the character in the Werewolf by Night, Marvel's character is Man Thing. DC owns Swamp Thing.
Okay.
And fun fact, they were actually made within like a couple months of each other. Like everyone accused them of being ripoffs of each other, but it was literally impossible for that to be the case.
I think it's the same. They have the same creator, I think.
Did they?
He went from Marvel to DC and was like, I can't use this character anymore. Let me make a new one that's basically the same.
Man Thing's origin is weird. So,
I'll fact check that.
So Man Thing was trying to create the super soldier serum again, right? So he tries to do that, and then these criminals want to get it. So he takes it, and he runs away. He ends up crashing into a swamp. He decides to take the serum, and you think that turns him into Swamp Thing, right? No. This is where things get weird. So interdimensional beings that were watching Swamp Thing decided, this man is a good man, we don't want to make him die. So Swamp Thing became something of a Nexus being who has some interdimensional abilities, I think. And also he has super soldier serum in him, but it's not clear if that's what made him the swamp creature or if it were these other people. Swamp Thing is Man Thing. God, we're gonna fuck that up now. Man Thing is just a mess of retcons.
I mean, me personally, when I saw Ted for the first time, I thought about two characters. I'm probably crazy about this. One of them was Davy Jones.
I can kind of see it.
Yeah.
And the other, I forgot what the villain's name. It's that one villain from Ben 10.
Vilgax.
I think that's what it is.
I think it is Vilgax.
Yep. Similarly, squiddy guy.
I
guess people really like their tentacles.
Yeah. Sometimes too much.
Remember, guys, LARPing is not a sex thing, but tentacles are a different story.
Tentacles are not necessarily a sex thing either. Quit putting.
I love that you have to throw in necessarily.
I mean, they can be.
I don't know. Yeah, but anyways, I guess we continue on where they basically do Hunger Games and they go.
Yep. They're all trying to be the one to get the Bloodstone, kill Ted. The best way to do that is to kill everyone else, so chaos when they all get into the maze.
I did love the action in this special, though. The fights were very well choreographed. Specifically, I think a highlight for me was Elsa fighting that dude with the mounted crossbow wrist. It was cool because she fucking cuts the guy's arm off, and he just keeps going, man.
Yeah.
He just keeps trying to fight her. It's hilarious. And then he gets shot in the damn chin, and Elsa has to, like, cover his mouth while he's dying. That way another person doesn't hear it. It was a very tense moment. I got into that scene.
Yeah.
And
That's what you get. That's what you get for killing Rue.
well, it automatically establishes Elsa has a badass. It automatically establishes Jack as like not wanting to fight. And I may be
The
skipping.
others are psychopaths.
I may be skipping a few scenes here, but the plot is a little loose, which is again another thing I kind of like about it. Elsa and Jack end up in the same building together. They talk. They raid a coffin. They make a deal where they're gonna team up and get Ted out of there, which they do. They blow up a wall after learning that Ted's name is Ted, which is absolutely great. It makes me wonder if they're ever going to use the name Man-Thing, because I think it's almost funnier if they just call him Ted.
Assuming he shows up again. You have him be called Ted, but some newspaper headline or something can call him Man-Thing, in passing.
I can just imagine Thor looking at him and being like, what the hell is that thing? And then Elsa drops from the sky and goes, that's Ted.
Is Ted gonna let it go?
Cher, I'm gonna put you in the corner.
Yeah, Ted's like initial reveal, like the hand coming out. So, I don't think this is controversial to say. Ted looks so much better in color than he does in black and white.
Yeah, I agree.
In black, what like. I don't know. I've looked into how they did Man-Thing, because okay, they did have like practical stuff on set and animatronics for the eyebrows and everything. Wow, okay, looks great. But then I assume they just did the Jurassic World thing and just CGI'd over it, just used it as reference, because I'll get into this when we get to like thoughts and reviews and scores. And it's like, okay, he doesn't look good in black and white. It took me out of it. The scene when when it's behind the bush, I'm like, okay, cool. For budget reasons or whatever, you just see in the eyes, you're just seeing the hand. Fine. But then when he's like running out in the open behind Elsa and like through the hole in the wall and everything, that took me straight out of it. That was not convincing in the slightest.
It did not bug me.
So I was really disappointed by that. But then in the final bit when they're sat at the campfire, he looks fucking fantastic.
It did not bug me as much as it sounds like it bugged you. But I will also admit, when in black and white, there were a couple scenes where I'm like, yeah, I can tell you don't actually exist, bitch. Whereas when he's in color, it's like, oh my god, I need to analyze this creature.
Yeah, he's like the BFG.
I also love, because in the comics, Ted can communicate, like he can speak sometimes. He usually, like, people can read his mind and stuff. I love that in this he just has grunts, and then with context clues you can figure out how he's feeling. Yeah. Like he has a grunt for confused, he has a grunt for laughing. It's the cutest shit.
It's vaguely like almost trumpet and like elephant sounding at times.
I adore him. If he doesn't come back in the MCU, I'm going to be kind of sad. Just because, like, I know this guy's powers and I know what he can do. We haven't seen shit yet. Like, everyone is supposed to fear the fires of the Man-Thing, and we saw the fires of the Man-Thing, but, like, he can do plant shit, too. We didn't see him do shit with vines.
I think that in the multiverse saga, having this other Nexus being is like, yeah, I'm fairly confident he'll show up again. Even if it is just next year for Halloween, or if they do them every 2 years or something, well, I'd be fine with that. But no, I look forward to seeing this corner bleed into the rest of the MCU, and Blade maybe or something. We'll see.
I think the big theory is like, I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point that they're setting up like a Young Avengers thing, but I think it's becoming much more obvious as well that they're also setting up the team Midnight Suns. Because, like, Blade recruited Kit Harington's character to go and do some stuff. Moon Knight is still in the world. I mean, I don't know if this is technically canon, but I do happen to know that there's a certain living vampire who is part of that team.
Maybe not.
I don't see Jared Leto showing up, but I'm just saying, if they wanted to, he's a part of it. But besides him, there are 4 members of that team currently in the world, and there are a few more on the way, so I'd be pretty surprised if we don't get, like, a monster hunting team coming soon. Honestly, I really hope so, because, like, to be honest, of the characters I just mentioned, I mean, look at Moon Knight. We covered that show. Moon Knight is a frickin' fantastic character. I really like both Ted and Jack in this. I want to see them hang out with Blade. I feel like having their own superhero team could be pretty unique. Throw Elsa on there, too. It'd be dope.
Yeah. Or, Elsa's on, like, the actual team, and then, Jack and Ted are more on sort of the monster faction or whatever.
But
there's tons of possibilities, tons of things they can do with this now, how they've set it up. So, yeah, I look forward to seeing what they're going to do next.
But back to the plot. After some struggling on Jack's part with a tiny bomb, they blow up a wall. They get Ted out.
Yay.
But shock and horror, Jack went to touch the Bloodstone, and oh no, he's the monster. Who would have guessed the main character would be the werewolf by night? Also, I have a question. Does this whole special take place during night? Or do I just think it's during night because it's in black and white?
I think it all takes place in the one night. Because there's like, oh, and tonight we do this, we do this, we do this. And then, the final scene is the morning and the sunrise and breakfast. I think it's one night, yeah.
I wonder how long Jack and Elsa were knocked out then. It'd be funny if it was just 5 minutes. Just long enough for them to set everything up and get their spooky masks on.
I don't know why. When I saw them wearing the mask, they reminded me of, like, the Court of Owls from Batman.
A little bit. I thought of Doctor Doom. But yeah, that lady shows up and she's like, "Oh, it turns out you're a monster. Isn't that bad? Well, I guess we're gonna kill you and my daughter-in-law / stepdaughter. Whatever the fuck. Anyways, here's the Bloodstone. It's gonna turn you into a werewolf, lol." And then they put him in a cage, and then they're gonna turn him into a werewolf, so he has to sniff Elsa. That way he doesn't eat her.
Like that.
I liked at first he didn't tell her what was up. So Elsa had like a second of, the fuck? But yeah, she comes back out and she's like, "Are you tired of Neil doing this voice? Well, that sucks because I have a lot of scenes in this thing." So anyways, yeah, I'm going to turn you into a monster, and that surely won't come back to bite me in any way. Oh, look, you're a monster now. I think I'm going to get my arm very close to you. Oh no, you grabbed my arm, but there is no damage to my arm, so whatever. And then they fight.
Epic fight. Oh my gosh, I love this fight scene. I love it.
Oh yeah, there's so much going on with this scene. When he first gets out, he's like jumping all over the place. They're playing with the shadows. I do want to back up just a little bit. That transformation scene, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, Michael Giacchino, he's not known for directing. He is specifically known for composing scores for some of the most famous movies happening right now, Marvel included, and I love his work. But, like, Michael, you might just want to start making movies, my guy. Jesus, fuck. He almost perfectly replicated, like, the old school style and was, like, playing with it in new ways. Like, when you only see the outline of Jack transforming and you only see the shadow and Elsa's reaction, to me, that's probably one of the best werewolf transformation scenes just because we don't see him transform. We just see enough to know, yeah, he's a werewolf now, and our brain kind of fills in the blanks.
Yeah, and we see like the shadows in there as well with Elsa. You can see the shadows, so you're imagining this transformation and the horror right in front of your eyes, and the anticipation, suspense before the fight scene begins, and it just entices me, sucks me right in, and I'm ready for him to tear people's limbs off.
Which he does.
I agree. It's well done with the shadow and silhouette and everything, and it is different. I don't agree that it's one of the best ones I've seen. I'll point to Wolfman, American Werewolf in London is the fantastic. I'm pretty sure that won an Oscar. That werewolf transformation.
Yeah, I can't compete with that one.
there are. So on the one hand, I'm like, okay, what year did that film come out? You could have done it on camera, but then equally, I'm like, but it was really cool how you did it, and doing it just with the silhouette fits more for this aesthetic, for this style of story, and how you're telling it with the black and white and hammer sort of aesthetics.
I agree that one is better, but I still hold true that I think this is one of the best, just because I liked how it was shot and it was unique. I liked it a lot.
If I was making like a top 5 werewolf transformations, this would be on it. It'd be probably number 5.
It'd be an honorable mention.
Yeah, I like it. It is different from, you think of Harry Potter with Lupin's transformation. You think of all these great, like, on-screen ones. So leaving it to the imagination, unless you're a young kid who's never heard of a werewolf before, in which case, why are you watching this? But you're familiar with the idea. So it does leave it to your brain to piece together,
I think the thing that sells it.
Of it. We've seen werewolf transformations before. It's similar to the Uncle Ben thing. We don't need to see Uncle Ben again. Just giving us the sound, other people's reactions, the silhouette, the lights, and everything. Yeah.
Speaking of other people's reaction, I think the thing that sells it is Elsa just being scared as fuck. When you look at that makeup, it doesn't look as scary as I think they were going for. But I think the makeup looked really good. I think he looked exactly what they were going for. I just don't think he looked... Well, in that one shot with his eyes, he does look kind of terrifying. But, when you see him moving around and stuff, he looks slightly silly. Did you guys have a problem with the makeup? Because I know that a lot of people are kind of 50-50 on it. Some people think it looks good, and some people think they should have CGI'd him.
I don't know about CGI thing. I mean, I don't know.
We've seen how well that turned out for Swamp Thing.
I don't know. I mean, I some reason, just his face went like the full transformation, just because it's like I'm blanking. I'm blanking here. I don't see a lot of like the fur on his facial thing, if I remember correctly. Kind of reminded me of that one episode of Big Time Rush.
I used to watch Big Time Rush a lot, and I can't remember what episode you're talking about.
I believe it was the Halloween episode where everyone was monsters and stuff, so.
Okay.
Oh, I do kind of remember that. Wasn't one of them a Frankenstein?
Yeah, I think one of them was a Frankenstein, and another one was like a zombie and a werewolf.
Big Time Rush was such a bad show, but I'll be damned if it wasn't entertaining.
Was it the Disney show about a Disney boy band that didn't exist?
No, but you're close. It was about this Nickelodeon boy band that didn't exist, but through the show, they then actually did exist and became a real boy band.
Okay.
Yeah, they were basically doing what Jonas Brothers had on like Disney Channel.
Yeah,
Okay.
but with a fake band.
Yeah, I really liked. I thought the makeup was fantastic. That is the stuff that, again. So going into this, I wanted it to be a send up to all these, like, fully embrace the corniness, the effects, the direction, and everything of your classic Universal monster films. And like that is near 1-for-1 for the original Wolfman. The massive mutton chops and everything, and the scruffy hair and the pointy ears, and a bit of facial prosthetics and everything. Yeah, brilliant. I'm sure that they have significantly streamlined the process of doing that. I'm sure they weren't literally gluing dog hair to the actor anymore. But it looked brilliant, and I loved that they kept the sort of makeup that he had on at the start.
Oh
That
yeah.
stayed on the design into the werewolf. That's new. Never seen that before. And just all these little white dots of contrast on the werewolf's visage. Yeah, it looked great. Loved it.
He mentioned that makeup was like a reference to his people and his culture.
To honor his ancestors, I think you said.
Yeah. So I'm actually very intrigued to see, like, here's the thing. I want more specials like this because it legitimately felt like picking up a comic book issue later in its run. Like, we're catching up with Jack and Ted in the middle of one story, but clearly they've met before, they've had stories before. Jack even makes reference to, like, oh, has your trick of smelling me thing, does that work? And he's like, once. So you know there's some sort of story with these characters and some shit has gone down. And what I love about this is it sets those things up but doesn't touch them at all. Like, theoretically we could get I'm not saying we're going to get this, but theoretically we could get a Werewolf by Night movie now. And there's still tons of content to cover with these characters. Like, we've only covered the bare minimum of what are their powers and what are their personalities, which makes me very excited for future returns. And if that fight scene is anything to go by for the future of Werewolf by Night,
It gonna be good.
yeah, we're in for some good ass shit.
Yeah.
I want to see more monsters now. Like, how would they animate like a ghost fighting, for example? That would be really cool. And there are ghost
I'll point
characters.
you to Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I'm saying that as a joke.
Well, you know, there are plenty of monsters in the MCU. There were mummies in Moon Knight, so we could get an actual ghost, maybe. Or maybe Ghost dies in Marvel Zombies, and then instead of becoming a zombie, she becomes a ghost. That's fitting.
I hadn't considered that, but oh yeah, they're totally gonna die for a joke.
Yeah. I hope they don't end up becoming this is a little tangent, but I don't mind. I hope they don't end up becoming what Slipknot was in the Suicide Squad movie, because it would be really, I can see the joke perfectly where for some reason Ghost gets killed and then Red Guardian looks to the camera and goes, "Well, I guess she got ghosted," or some shit.
You made a pun too.
Am I right, audience? This is not a Russian accent. This is just a poor voice.
Oh, God.
I've been doing Elsa's stepmom so much, I now think I can do impressions for some reason.
I mean, your Winifred impression isn't that bad.
Well, speaking of the stepmom, Jack goes crazy, kills absolutely everybody for the most part. Elsa helps. Elsa kills about 3 people.
Mhm.
Except for that weird-looking Igor guy with the crank. He hid behind the fucking animatronic. Yeah,
I thought
ghost
he was
zombie
like the
Jesus.
butler.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was like the butler.
I guess I imposed an Igor-esque character on him because he was kind of short and also like...
He's got a bit of a hunch to him, yeah.
Yeah. They fight. Jack gets the option to escape from these people who look like they're from the TVA but may not be from the TVA, but he doesn't take the escape. And then suddenly that lady shows up with the bloodstone. Starts... What is she doing to him, actually? Is she sucking the werewolf ability out of him? Is she killing it? She's using blood magic or some shit.
Bloodstone magic.
Anyways, Elsa takes her out for a minute. Then there's this moment where it looks like Jack's gonna kill Elsa, but he doesn't. He runs away. And then the lady comes back and she's like, "Well, shit, you've kind of ruined this whole monster hunting thing we had going on. You're a dick. Okay, well, I have this shotgun that you use in the comics, so I'm just going to shoot you with this after monologuing, and hopefully nothing bad will happen to me. Oh, look, a swamp creature. Hello, swamp creature. What are you doing here?
Die!
Yeah, she got incinerated. That's the end. That's the end of what's her name, Ursa or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
She was indeed a bad egg or a bad nut.
I do think it's a little silly that Ted just drops from the roof and kills her. But at the same time, the entire time the fight scene was happening, I was just thinking, did Man-Thing ditch them? And no, he came back and he helped out Elsa, which was nice. I do also like the line of, he went that way. So yeah, Man-Thing and Jack reunite. Elsa is now the keeper of the Bloodstone and gets the house. She won.
And then all of a sudden everything turns to color while we hear Somewhere Over the Rainbow from The Wizard of Oz. I wonder if there's any symbolism.
I don't think so. I'm a casual observer who doesn't give a shit. Anyways, yeah, we get a couple more scenes, specifically the cute ending between Ted and Jack. You were trying to save me, I was there to save you. He looked so insulted when he said that. But yeah, that is the plot of Werewolf by Night. So, before we go into final thoughts and stuff, let's just cherry pick some of our favorite scenes and talk about them a little bit if we want to. I will start by bringing up that fucking shit with the sword going through that lady's forehead is the dopest shit I've ever seen in my life. Please do more of that. The fact that she just stays still for a minute before her body falls over.
Yeah. Brilliant.
That was definitely one of those moments where I'm like, yes, this is the gore I'm looking for. I appreciate this marvel. Any other scenes you guys want to highlight before we move on to final thoughts?
Jack's talk, it's a much less action story-based one. But I feel like it's worth shouting out Jack's talk with Elsa in the crypt. He's like, yeah, no, just getting those two characters interacting. I'm like, okay, cool. I like both of your characters now. The scene has done what it was meant to, but like, yeah, actively endeared towards them. Cool. I am invested in whether they get out of this alive.
It made me feel more for Elsa specifically because, like, up until now, Elsa has just kind of been a cool figure who did fights and was kind of, like, silent with her stepmom. But here she's like, yeah, no, I turned against what they viewed as right. I did the moral choice, and now I'm an outcast to these people. I thought that was neat, made me like her right away. I also like how Jack is very pissed off that he has to save Ted again and is actively complaining about it. Sometimes your family are just big assholes you gotta go try to save. Cher, do you have anything you want to highlight? If not, we can move directly into final thoughts.
I mean, like I said, Hunger Games, Elsa, even though I guess they're not together, but still would be cool.
They might end up dating, who knows?
That is cute.
I've just thought.
I'm assuming all the they're in the tombs. I'm assuming when they got trapped in the place, I'm assuming all those tombstones are the previous hunters.
Well, the names are some of the people who worked on this show.
It's one of those references.
Yeah, but in the story, in the canon, yeah, probably.
I always kind of giggle when I see stuff like that because I feel like if I worked in the behind the scenes, I would want my name in the goddamn show if it could be.
Of course.
Were you gonna say something a sec ago?
No,
Jack?
I just thought what you said in terms of them getting together. I ship Jack and Ted more than I do Jack and Elsa.
Well, here's the thing. Jack directly said, like, sometimes your family is this guy, so it may be more of a buddy-buddy relationship,
Yeah.
but, like...
Romance.
I don't know, the way they were just hanging out and Ted was playing cards waiting for him to wake up. That was kind of sweet.
Yeah. Good buddies. Perfectly fine by me. I'd rather them together than Jack and Elsa. Jack and Elsa is like, okay. Yeah. They get along. I see them more as just friends. Especially,
Look,
granted it is a Disney product, but they've known each other one night.
Look, Ted can't get with Jack because he needs to help Groot repopulate his species. They're going to work together on that. They're going to get together.
I ship it.
I'm just saying, he's a plant guy. He's a plant guy.
Groot might be coming to Earth at Christmas. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
I ship it.
Oh, God, if Ted had, like, a cameo in that where he's just wearing, like, a Christmas sweater, that'd be adorable. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be adorable.
Yeah.
All right, then I shall move into my final thoughts, which is, damn, I like this. I really like it. I know it has some issues here and there, and, like, they could have focused more. I have in the past said that I like plots with meat to them, and this was not a particularly meaty plot, but it didn't really need to be. It was an hour-long special. I got to meet the characters. I got to see this cool world and this cool new side of things. I got to see some awesome black and white shots. I think this is a great step for the MCU because it shows they are willing to do some weird shit for the sake of telling a cool story. And it gives me hope because it makes me wonder, like, with this and WandaVision, it makes me wonder what we're going to see from, like, 4 phases from now, when we're in phase 8 and some of the really obscure characters start getting stuff. It does give me hope that the MCU is not going to get stale. Because a lot of people are saying it is getting stale, and I feel like this contradicts that all over the place.
Yeah.
It's a completely different style of filming. It's a completely different type of story. It doesn't even follow the same paths that some things do. It is really more of like a PG-13 slasher than it is a superhero movie to me. But yeah, in terms of ratings, I mean, Man-Thing's in it, so immediately it's going to get bonus points because I love this guy. But I'm going to give it a 9. I'm not going 10 out of 10. I think it was really good, though. I'm going to hold on to this for a while. I'm going to keep showing it to people. I'm probably going to watch it every year around Halloween, I'll be honest. It is one of those movies for me, but, like, it wasn't perfect. That's my review. Cher, you want to go next?
Oh, what? Oh, no, I was replying back to you saying nobody's perfect.
Nice Hannah Montana reference. Yeah, I know. I can see through your references, Cher. I know. Jack didn't pick up on it. I knew.
Jack has not watched enough Hannah Montana recently.
Well, everything's not what it seems.
Okay, I get that one.
Jack, it is not that you have not watched enough Hannah Montana. It is that I have watched too much.
And that was that I've watched too much Wizards of Waverly Place.
I love you guys.
Oh, happy Halloween, everyone.
Yeah.
Happy November 1st, everyone. Isn't this spooky?
It's probably still Halloween in Hawaii.
Happy Halloween to everyone in Hawaii. We got this out right on time, just for you.
As of this recording, yes.
Assuming I upload this tonight and not a day from now.
And assuming I'm right about that, I'm probably horrifically wrong.
You know what? If other planets exist, maybe it's Halloween there. Assuming they have that.
Or they have their own traditions and stuff, so.
But, Cher, what are your final thoughts and number?
Ooh, I am gorgeous.
Yes, you are.
That shares final thoughts. Put that one in gravestone.
Fuck this movie, but I'm pretty.
No, I actually, I'll be honest, I'm not really a horror person. I don't do horror unless it's like your family-friendly horror, like Halloween Town or Hotel Transylvania or Charlie Brown, Nightmare Before Christmas.
That one still scares the fuck out of me.
Anything Tim Burton. Those are the only ones I'll probably watch. I don't want to watch any. Oh, although I did start. I'm warming up towards Are You Afraid of the Dark. But anyways, like I said, even though I'm not a huge horror person, I actually quite enjoy it mainly because of the choreography and the cinematography. That's why I like this, the cinematography. 'Cause I haven't been in film studies in like 5 years, but I remember we were talking about like how movies and TV have evolved over the past decades and how entertainment has changed for better and for worse. For this specifically, I think it's really good. I like choreography, fighting choreography. I love fighting choreography. Hashtag Jelsa, even though I don't know if they're gonna get together or not. Ted is cute. Yeah, black and white cinematography. I know I said that like 4 times, whatever, but
It is
I'll give it a
super
9.
cool that it's in black and white, though. Oh, another
Yeah,
9,
and
nice.
then it goes into color near the end again. Some type of symbolism, like Wizard of Oz or whatever. I don't know.
What-
Maybe Marusa was the Wicked Witch of the West, and we just had to like.
Would you guys like to hear a Halloween confession of mine?
Sure.
I have never seen Coraline.
Oh,
Everybody says I
Okay.
have to see it.
I
still
think
haven't seen
I've seen Coraline. I'm still scared of watching Coraline. Oh, I haven't watched Paranorman. Oh man, but I did watch Corpse Bride. I was able to watch Corpse Bride.
I think of the animated Halloween-y movies, I'd have to think about it, but my favorite is probably Monster House. I fucking love Monster
Oh,
House.
Monster
Good call.
House.
Monster House is just a good-ass movie.
I just realized Monster House reminds me of a particular Stephen King book.
Why are you thinking of Stand By Me at a time like this?
I was thinking Christine, but she's a monster truck or an RV.
Dark Tower?
How do we have a bigger living?
Let's just say the main characters look an awful lot some like the other characters from Stephen King. I'll just say that.
Children.
Of the Corn, yes.
Well done.
I mean, at least
Well
the main
done on
character,
banter.
at least the main character doesn't have a younger brother in a raincoat. That's
No, that's in Coraline, the yellow raincoat. Come on.
Although Ted would look adorable in a raincoat.
Aww.
Holding a little
would.
umbrella like Totoro.
I have never seen My Neighbor Totoro.
He had a little coffee cup. That was cute enough for me.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Didn't it have a bee on
He had
it?
a regular-sized coffee cup.
But for some reason, I've always wanted to see The Secret World of Arrietty. Even though I'm not an anime person, I've always wanted to see Secret World of Arrietty.
Yeah. If that's what it takes to
anyways,
get into Ghibli films, yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, score, I said 9. I don't know if anyone heard me, I said 9.
I heard you.
Okay.
Jack, it is your turn for final thoughts and score.
I'm not giving this a 9.
Well, how dare you?
Okay. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Mm.
It's not what I wanted it to be. In that, so episode 1 of WandaVision,
Yeah.
what that was for sitcoms, I wanted this to be that for horror. I wanted, Wanda's using her magic, and the plates are just on strings.
Mm.
Do all these practical effects and everything in camera, because that's all you could do at the time. No, none of these like crazy camera movements and everything. It is static shots, just maybe a pan. That's about it. this, again, as we've said, the direction, cinematography, and everything was fantastic. The effects on Ted were a wee bit shaky in black and white, but looked fantastic in the color at the end.
Mm.
My thing was, okay, you're going for this,
Mm.
but you're doing again the Wolfman, where it's a guy with makeup on,
Mm.
but you're doing these great shots and amazing fight choreography rather than I would have so. It makes so much sense that they did this, but because I know had they done it with
Mm.
purposefully limited and bad, like you can't move the camera very much because it's a massive piece of technology on a tripod and everything. You can do these amazing stunts and everything because people aren't trained to or whatever.
Yeah.
I would have loved so much for it to be dialed back, more of like a B movie. But I know it would not be as well received as it is had they done that, because it would be more of like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, where I loved that as a Sam Raimi fan, but so many people like it didn't click for a lot of people because of those Sam Raimi isms. So I know had they done more, again, Universal horror and Hammer horror, had they embraced that more, it wouldn't have had as wide appeal. Giacchino, great as a director for this, but it wasn't what I wanted. For like, because the trailer was cut as if it was going to be, there's that moment of Bruce sort of reaching through the cage, and it just freeze frames with her screaming. And then watching the actual thing, and it doesn't do that. It keeps rolling, it keeps going, and just by normal. It was
I am
too,
with you.
for me, it was too much an MCU film with a black and white filter on it.
I
wish they embraced it more.
Because I think there were a few scenes that were literally only in the movie to reference the style they're going for. Like I made a joke about how the stepmom or whatever the lady with the blood in her eyes who's all crazy. I've done an impression of her this whole time. You know who I'm talking about. There was. I brought up that moment where her hand gets caught and they do like a close-up on her face. And the idea behind a scene like that is the reason they're showing her face is so you can be like, oh my God, what is he doing? How is he hurting her hand? And then she pulls away and her hand is fine.
Yeah. He's holding her wrist.
Mm. They literally only did that scene so they could get the close-up of her face. And
yeah.
It works for the tone, but like when you sit there and you think about it, we're like, well, how tough can this guy be if he had her hand and did absolutely nothing?
See, that I'm fine with. Is just that the trailer gave me expectations that the trailer set me up for things that weren't in this. I was like, okay, cool. Can't wait to see how they're gonna. What are they gonna do this? What are they gonna do this? Also, Man Thing, I think we can all agree should not have been in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's on the marketing. And even then, as I'm saying, the trailer set me up with expectations, lower but higher than what this was. On the marketing team rather than the product itself. But no, again, because setting all that aside, really enjoyed it. Again, the like practical maze set and everything was great. The performances, specifically with Jack and Elsa, and then the team doing the animatronic that was then CGI'd over, and the CGI Ted. The characters are great. Really like the characters. Fun story for what it was. It just wasn't what I was really looking forward to it being.
Mm.
So, it's good. I enjoyed it. I just think it was too mixed between, again, from like between two shots, you have Jack with the physical practical makeup for the werewolf, and then like 2 shots later is him leaping down from the ceiling, and we're getting CGI and everything. It's like, okay, pick a lane. Really enjoyed it. Could have been better had they gone one way or the other, but because they're hopping between the two and not settling, it throws me a bit. So I'm giving it a 7. Still enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll necessarily watch it every Halloween, but it'll be in rotation.
You know what honestly probably would have been best for this if they shadow dropped it. If they didn't put out a trailer at all and then they just dropped it, I think that probably would have honestly been better marketing for them because it's so different and so weird. Everybody would have talked about it. So if they just would have shadow dropped it, it probably would have hit people harder.
This would be really weird or really out. This would be embracing what I wanted it, but so much more. If they did the trailer, like, okay, shadow drop it or whatever, but do the trailer like, I don't know if you've ever seen the trailer for Psycho, where it's just Alfred Hitchcock walking around the set being like, oh, the bathroom. I can't tell you what happens in there. Here's the mother's room. It's just him going around the set telling you that, like, something happens. Now go buy a movie.
Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah.
If they just straight up parodied the Hitchcock one.
Yeah, but I think, again, that's us going down the tangent of the trailer. But had the trailer not revealed Man-Thing, so we're like, okay, cool. It is just about who is the werewolf. And then you get to the film and the hand comes out and grabs it, and you're like, oh my god, it's Man-Thing. Or, in my case, oh my god, it's Swamp Thing, maybe?
Oh my god, it's this weird tentacle thing.
It's this thing that is familiar to me, but I do not know. And I do now, and I'm significantly better for that.
Well, that's fair. We gave it a 25 out of 30. That's a pretty good score. Or a 26, I believe. Am I doing the math wrong? I think it is 25, actually. But yeah, I think that's the review, guys. So, yeah, let's do plugs. Sherry, you got anything? Cher,
you're muted.
Cher, you're muted. Cher?
You're still muted.
But if Cher could speak, I think she would tell everybody about her.
I'm here. I think we're lagging. I didn't realize we were lagging.
I was going to do your plugs for you.
No, I'm present. I do my own plugs.
Well, plug thyself.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No. I was saying, like, I feel like if we're in a verse, I would have probably said I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
And your mangy werewolf.
Yeah, but hello everyone. Happy belated Halloween, I guess. It is November 1st. I have Facebook. I have a Twitter. Probably just my first and last name. Please go follow me. You could be friends. I play nice. I love Disney. And I'm a Leo. If anyone want to know my zodiac sign. I have 2 YouTube channels. I have my second channel is called Share Your Creations. It's actually SHER and then Your Creations because I'm known as Share according to everyone here. My first channel is share_from_2000. You could probably guess what year I was born in. So here's the thing. I am currently done filming part 2 of my top 10 male Disney villains. I just haven't edited because I literally started work yesterday, so it might take a while. I actually put it up. I'm actually able to do community posts on YouTube now, so I said I might be able to finish it by this weekend. I don't make any promises that I can't keep. Fingers crossed it can be for this weekend. All I gotta do is just edit. It's not like I have to record a lot. So I might do Aladdin in honor of the 30th anniversary, so maybe you can stay tuned for that. I kind of want to talk about Rise of the Guardians, because Rise of the Guardians turns 10 in 2 or 3 weeks from now, and I feel happy. And it's basically going to be kind of like my Dear DreamWorks video. like, why have you not make a sequel or TV series out of Rise of the Guardians? Yeah, I think that's about it. Stay tuned for part 2 of my male Disney villains. Hopefully should be up by this weekend if work doesn't get in the way. Yeah, I think that's all I have. So, yeah.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Mrs. Bloodstone, I guess. If you have any interest in Dr. Neeltopus, you can find him here on this channel or his Twitch channel. He does some very good content, darlings. I'm not doing this anymore.
I forgot to say one more thing. Please.
Oh yeah, let's go back for you. Let's just forget I did that voice.
Yeah, I forgot to say one more thing. I really appreciate. I know I'm gonna sound very desperate here, but please, I see a lot more views than I do any likes or comments. I mean, I know obviously likes and comments are pish posh, whatever, but I really appreciate to have some type of feedback. Thank you, Jack, on my other video. I forgot which video you did. I think it was part 2 of my female Disney villains.
I just went to your most recent video after we recorded the last podcast. It was like, Neil told me to come here and say this. Hi.
Yeah, but like I said, I like feedback just so I know what I can improve on, and also let me know your guys' share your thoughts on what I should cover. Because, I mean, even though I have, like, some ideas, I like to hear from everyone else's opinions. Maybe I can create a poll. Maybe I should probably do that. But I really, 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 really appreciate if you guys would like and comment, not just subscribe, even though I only have 6 subscribers on my first YouTube channel. But I would appreciate for a little bit more love.
So everybody go do that or I'll kill you. Cher was nice about it, I won't be. Do it or die. These are your options. I advise... Notice how Jack has the axe. We're ready.
Solid plastic.
Jack has an axe, my cat's got a gun, and I am known to annoy people to death. So... We are pretty
please
good
here. like and comment, or I will do more bad Disney puns.
Please, dear
Do
God,
it for
like
our
and
sakes,
comment.
please.
God damn it, please do it. We
We're
have
being held hostage
chat.
right now.
People watching. She gave us an out. Take it.
I will never let it go unless you guys like and comment on my videos.
Hope everyone enjoyed the last video with Cher in it. But hi, I'm Neil. Gotta be real, life has been kind of rough here lately, so I am not going to give any specific dates. I'm not going to give a specific time for upcoming stuff. However, I will mention, me and my brother and a couple friends of ours, the day before yesterday, actually went to a theme park, and we shot a couple of videos there that were just for funsies. Specifically one where I was strapped to a harness and then lifted 100 feet into the air and then dropped and then got to fly. So if you guys...
So basically you're defying gravity.
That's not a Disney pun.
Well, no one in the land of Oz, no wizard that there is or was, is ever going to bring me down. Let me tell you that much. But... yeah, there are 2 videos of me and my brother doing it and me and my friend Kyle doing it. I don't know if you guys would have any interest in seeing those, but I will say they are currently on this channel under private listing. So if you guys have any interest in seeing my brother scream like Waluigi, and yes, it sounds exactly like Waluigi's wah. I don't know how he did it. Or me and Kyle freaking out about being in harnesses and feeling like we're flying. I can unprivate those, but you guys got to ask me to do it. You guys got to want it before I will reveal those videos to the world.
I will do bad Disney puns.
if I do release it or if I don't release it? Are we just getting these either way?
We'll see what everyone's fate.
Save us.
Remember, I got friends on the other side.
Fuck's sake.
Jack, it's your turn, man. Get us out of here.
Okay, let's be quick. Hello, everyone out there on the internet. I'm Jack of all trades. My channel's Jack of all trades. You can find me on YouTube. At the minute, finished JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6 at long last. In the process of uploading those reactions. We're almost there. I finished watching it. I loved it. The goal now is to get them all out before the next part comes out later this year. But yeah, my top 10 favorite Disney villains video. I'm almost done editing that. That will hopefully be up before the end of this week. And then, next up on the docket is My Hero Academia, Season 6. I am quite a few weeks behind, and I'm probably going to stay that way, but the idea is, by having that buffer from when the show is currently airing to my reaction, a few episodes, that we... Hey! Oh wow, back to reacting.
Yeah, everything glitched for a minute.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I swear I didn't do it this time. I have a wolf mask.
We're in color now, unexplained. Somewhere over the rainbow.
Copyright.
Jeez. I do want to ask this before we leave, Jack, just because I haven't asked this, and this is Disney related, so I guess here's my chance. Yo, dog, you seen the Owl House episode yet?
Yes.
How'd you like it?
It was fucking fantastic.
Same.
I didn't cry. My housemate sat on the sofa next to me did.
I cried during the intro, specifically in the scene where Luce came out to her mom.
Yes.
that got a couple tears out of me.
The bit in the intro that almost got me was everyone stepping out into the rain.
Oh, that was a good one too.
And it not melting their flesh, you know?
God, I love Owl House.
The simple things. So good. And there's only 2 episodes left, and I am not ready.
We are about to be just hit in the fucking face with new content. Because Black Panther comes out in, like, about a week or two. Fucking Dragon Prince comes out in about a week or two.
Disenchanted in 2 weeks, y'all. Disenchanted.
Yeah. We are about to be spoiled rotten with good shit coming out, hopefully. So yeah.
You know, I think probably, you know, we should find a witch's brew. We should start making some.
Well, next on the docket is Hocus Pocus 2, because we got to finish our Halloween coverage. And then after that, we're free to do whatever the fuck we want.
Disenchanted, and Rescue Rangers, but Disenchanted.
When you say Disenchanted, I keep thinking Disenchantment, the new Matt Groening show. God, that's a good show. It gets real good. But yeah, guys, that's us. Thank you for watching. I know we usually end on a joke, but I don't have one, and I'm not doing that damn voice again. So
I mean, so was I the werewolf the entire time, or we were just?
No, it was Jack, because it has to be Jack. You see, if I was a better editor, I would edit in that the final shot of Thriller right here. With the laughter and shit, but I'm not a better editor.
Oh, the Vincent Price.
I'd even edit your eyes to be yellow, Jack, while you do the howl, but I can't do that, so... Audience, just imagine we did it. Bye.
Oh, I thought you cut while I howled. Oh, never mind.
I didn't.
Okay.
We're still here, and it's awkward.
Just a sec.
Bye, everybody.